I'm going to record this as a behind the scenes. We just came up with about 1 minute ago. It's probably not even going to be that funny.
No, Nicky.
Don't wish it away. Don't look at it like it's forever. Between you and me.
On the 19th of July 2018, a monumental project was uploaded to the video sharing website known as YouTube. Met with riotous acclaim and rapturous applause, we're of course talking about alcohol poisoning.
Another day, another tragic day from alcohol poisoning.
But the primary question left on the minds of many viewers still persists to this day. Months on from the original release, how did a team of people put together such a masterful work without it being discovered earlier? We had the privilege of speaking with some of those involved in the advert's creation as it was going on, including the advert's architect, his assistant, and various other hands on set.
I was the anchor that would keep the ship in place and that would bring this forward, really, yeah. Personally, I've lost maybe 10 or 12 close family members in the last year and a half to it. And it was quite annoying to me having to take so much time out of my filmmaking to go to their funerals. I thought, we'll streamline this, as I do with everything. We'll streamline the message, we'll get it out. It won't even be 30 seconds, the advert. We're going to make it, and we're going to ensnare every alcoholic, so they just won't want to drink anymore. And I think we have achieved that.
Yeah, I mean, Ben found me. I was on the side of a road, and even though I wasn't moving, he possessively, some might say, stalked me, and was determined to have me as his personal assistant at the price of my death. He threatened me with death. It was an experience for sure. He made sure I got ill so I couldn't exercise my free will effectively, which I didn't think was necessary, but that didn't stop him feeding me all that raw meat. I mean, I don't think anyone actually got paid. I think all the money was blown on the coke from the first few days. Oh, you're asking what I got from this personally? Jaundice.
Hi, I'm Harry.
Okay. I'm Shaniqua, but most of my friends call me Shay.
No, they don't.
Yeah, they do.
No, they don't.
So we did makeup for this production, which we think we really, really nailed. I think we really nailed that alcoholic aesthetic. I think we got that down.
Oh no, she just takes all the credit in it. I mean, I'm a pretty quiet person, but like, she can barely do anything.
You're too quiet though. Just speak up for yourself once in a while. You haven't got
you
any
need to shut
backbone.
up.
Oh my god.
And you need
It's
to
just
shut
like,
up.
oh, let people. What are you on about? No, I've done all this work and you just take credit because you seem nice. I would. It really annoys me, and I'm fed up. Whatever.
I'm Nicky Troy, and I was a cameraman for the production, and it led to one of the worst days of my life.
Of course, an advert without actors is like a sheep without feathers. They rarely get picked up by major broadcasters. And Ben would only hire the best. Until he looked at his budget, that is.
We sort of ran out of money before we'd even cast him. So we wanted someone that was just so low down in the sort of ladder of power that he would do anything for a promise of money later on.
Well, I've done a lot of, massive acting. And I thought, you know what, this will help a lot of people. And, that sometimes it was challenging. Sometimes we all got, quite downhearted about it.
He could have done a better job with empathising with the other people who had to work with him, given that obviously he knows better than anyone how difficult he is to work with. Frankly, he reeks of wasted potential, of a man who could achieve so much more but is so blinded by his own perceived greatness. What do I know? I'm just a personal assistant with salmonella poisoning.
He left a lot to be desired, I will say. He was sort of... He has this sort of air about him that means he can never act. He always seems to be himself. And if he's especially playing such a complex role as the one in the advert. A dead man. How do you, an alive man, play someone who isn't alive? It's the very opposite of who he is, and he couldn't quite reach that. Under Jamie's rule, of course, there was a little bit more kind of, he could excel a little bit further, and I think we just about scraped where we wanted to be by the end, but it took a long time. Yeah.
You're not jumping, you're falling. You're a corpse, Stan. Come on, get into the role.
Shh.
So, like, can you see me?
No, I can see your arm now. Move your arm. Stanley, move your arm. Well, I can definitely see you now. There we go.
And now just...
Don't look at the camera though, because you need to be dead.
One. No, we did it all in one take. I think that was all that was needed. That was all we needed. It was so well choreographed and so well put together on the day. One take was all it took.
He could never sit still in his chair. He was just constantly rolling back and forth, and he was constantly requesting drink after drink. I wasn't sure that he was prepped for this role. He wasn't committed enough, you know.
I think he wasn't even acting. He's an actual alcoholic.
Oh my god. I would
seriously,
disagree. No.
He's like drinking after drink.
That was part of the difficulties, obviously, making it. He had to have his vodka in all the shots. You'll notice you never see his right hand because he was clasping a bottle of vodka. He needed it. He said that he wanted it to be more secure. He needed his safety bottle. At one point, we had to completely stop filming because he's meant to be dead, obviously, and he's just drinking straight from the bottle. It was quite ridiculous, if I'm honest, and we've had to kind of edit around it.
Now, some people in the public seem to think that it's based around me. It's in no way based around me. I am absolutely fine. And I promise that the alcohol poisoning does not relate to me. And I know I have many fans who are worried for my safety, but I promise you that I am safe and that I am okay.
But actors are all shit anyway. What they really need is a capable director ready to guide them to success. An early move of Evans's was to hire infamous director and drug addict Jamie Jones to the work.
I came to him, I said, I need you to direct this advert, I've got a vision, and he said, I'm happy to go along with it, but I'll need 5,000 up front and 90% of anything it makes later on. So I went, why not?
My vision for this is you falling just into shot with zero momentum. Initially.
I could do a jump where I jump into a horizontal position.
It's a warning.
No, because if there's any movement, it's clear you're not a corpse.
Okay.
As a director, he stayed fairly faithful to my original ideas. He was he's got quite a power on set, a raw power that if you try and talk back to him or anything, I was giving him some notes while we were there, and he would just punch me. He was quite violent on set, but the final product is so good. I don't think I can really critique him on that. He did what he had to, right?
I worked for Jamie for most of my time. He's misunderstood, and most people think that he's complete. But generally, he is a sweet man who is addicted to cocaine.
In one word, he's a genius. However, in another word, he's absolutely ridiculous. He's everywhere. He's eclectic. He's a visionary, but he's insane. I mean, as you've seen maybe in some of the clips, he's extremely domineering when on set. I mean, but I mean, the final product, you can't blame him. You can't blame him. He clearly has some style.
Yeah, definitely. I think he really inspired me to get into this profession. He's just jealous. And
She's a liar.
He was...
Some fans of Evans's previous work, however, were somewhat annoyed with the move.
I can't stand the guy. He's a bellend. I don't know why I associate with him.
Jamie's a fucking psycho. Don't ever
No!
search that man up. Call the police if you ever see him.
I mean, Jamie, I know him, frankly, for his art house pieces back when I worked at the opera, but I mean, it was all pretentious garbage, and I think this is a desperate attempt to try and pander to the common man.
For the past 3 years, I've worked as the bodyguard for Jamie. I cannot divulge who employed me to do this due to confidentiality, but it has been a long 3 years.
In the Paranoid episode, I hired a bodyguard to protect Jamie, but secretly, he was meant to be protecting me. It hasn't worked yet. Well, not yet, but.
Jamie's a crackhead director, though, isn't he? Now the production had a director, a crew, and a star, but more importantly, it had a vision behind it. That's not to say the creation went completely without a hitch, however.
Well, obviously, the subject matter, it's so serious. We needed to do our all to try and make this as good as it could be. So naturally, the only thing we could really do was use an iPhone. So the f***ing best.
He's been sold out basically to Apple. He is legally obligated to advertise for them wherever he can, and I understood that when I was hiring him, but I didn't realise quite to the extent that he would go with this. There were occasions where we were on set, right, and we have these fruit breaks, I like to call them, because I get a little bit, if I don't have enough fruit, I start to get cranky, and then it's not fun for anyone. So we have these fruit breaks. My assistant brings out a fruit bowl, and he just removes all of the fruit except for maybe the 2 apples that were in there.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what he means by fruit breaks. I got the cocaine, I gave him the cocaine, and that was the only time I was free from the beatings, so I just left him to it. I mean, I guess it was in a bowl, but I wouldn't call it fruit.
From then on, we did just serve apples.
After the first few days, he got tired of Coke, but I guess he still had the idea of fruit stuck in his head, because he basically forced apples into everyone. Yeah, I mean, it was apples every day, every minute of every day. Even when they weren't on set, he put it into their houses while they were asleep.
Our crew, they're over there having f***ing ice cream. This is going to change lives. Will ice cream change lives? I don't think so.
Yeah, I mean, the actors, they went for ice cream. To be honest, I thought this was fair, since Ben insisted on only serving them apples. I think what he actually said was the apples must be consumed. Yeah, I mean, I think he could have afforded to ease up on those hard-working men and women.
Joe, what are you doing, huh? You're going to get your ice cream. We've got lives to save here.
Where are we going to sit?
Ben, you never wanted
The balls on this man.
Of all the sets I've worked on, that set had one of the oddest atmospheres, with a lack of productivity a lot of the time, which is the first for me. This certainly wasn't helped by the gas canister that somebody let off, which has undoubtedly caused memory loss. Luckily I wear gas masks most of the time, so I wasn't affected.
Brilliant.
They're over there.
And Nikki and Becca.
Over there, I think.
Perfect stuff.
Nikki was one of my favourite people to work with, both on set and off set. We really got along, and we spent a lot of time together in the end, because every night we'd, have a meal afterwards. I think Nikki was one of my favourite people. I took him on a few house tours. We got to see every nook and cranny of the house.
I mean, Nikki is just fantastic to work with, fantastic to be around. He definitely had sex with Beth. I mean, that's just that's a Nikki thing to do. I bet he was good at it too.
Yes, it's true. I spent many long nights with Beth, making love.
You really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it.
in general, it makes me want to vomit. In general, it's a horrible feeling. I can't take it. I can't take it.
She just wanted him as a placeholder, really. She didn't really care for him at all. She would have seen all the bruises, you know.
He was a beautiful person inside and out, unlike so many other people.
Many have criticised the conditions on set, in particular due to a specific incident that occurred during filming. We asked the crew for more details.
No comment.
There was some. We crossed a line on one particular day. There was one time where we were shooting some of the landscapes, obviously you see at the beginning, and Jamie just went, "This isn't right. We're not having this." He got this plastic sword. I'm not sure how he got hold of it, and he just started beating Nikki, and he beat the camera, and in the end, there was nothing but a bloody pulp left.
One of the most irregular instances in my career occurred when, as a bodyguard, I protect my client, but I reached the decision to take him down. Unfortunately, I was too late, and Nikki lay dead.
I insisted we should have had first aid on set, but Jamie, he's a great believer in just whatever happens, right? So we had this bleeding man. He was in quite a state. And of course, it was Sundays, no ambulances on Sundays. So we had a couple of issues to work around. Obviously, we were able to hire someone else pretty much immediately, and the advert got completed, so I don't really care.
Despite the best efforts of the worst doctors, however, the message came out that Nikki Troy passed away mere hours after reading an informative pamphlet on the Witness Protection Programme.
I was really upset to find out that Nikki was dead. I think we grew a really strong bond, and we really fit well together, you know. And it was just so easy with him, a lot easier than it is with other people.
Nikki was being way too quiet as cameraman. Like you said about his death, I should have seen that coming, man. I could have done something to stop it.
I mean, what happened to Nikki was truly tragic. It gives me nightmares to this day. There was so much blood. I don't know why Jamie had to react like he did, but I will surely never forgive him for this.
Jamie himself was unavailable for comment.
I mean, there's light in every cloud. Thank God Beth could carry on his offspring. So, at least maybe we'll get another man somewhat as great as he was.
Nikki's death was a damn shame. It's not often you get a client who will pay triple the normal rate for your services, not even for themselves. As I said, damn shame.
The rehearsal, it went okay. It went smoothly, I would say.
After reflecting on how we reached this point, our team went back to find the members of the cast and crew in the present to see how the advert has affected them 3 months on.
Stanley?
I thought they were gonna pay me. They didn't pay me. So now, this is my tree. Like in the advert, you know, where I fell out of a tree. Do you have any money for like wine?
Job, yeah.
Don't pay me. It's coming. It's coming.
Working for the advert was interesting. I mean, it was a very new experience for me. I'd never worked on adverts before. And there was a lot of different experiences. Some of them concerned me. Some of them concerned me, and some of them excited me, but not that much, to be honest. And I've got to say that I wouldn't change it for the world, you know.
In retrospect, I honestly don't know what I was thinking with this advert. It's pretty dreadful. A lot of the time, the message is a bit insensitive, heavy-handed. That said, I've made so much money off it. It's unbelievable, and I would easily do it again. Like, seriously, in a heartbeat. I wouldn't even think about it. I'm just, and even knowing that it's killed people from the alcohol poisoning, sort of more awareness of alcohol poisoning, people using it as a suicide method, I'm still happy that I did it. just for that sweet dollar.
Yeah, I used to be homeless and Ben's assistant, and now I'm just homeless. So things are looking up, honestly. The drug addiction's back, but at least I don't have to work with that asshole.
After everything that went into it, it's clear that the shockwaves of this monumental accomplishment shall be felt throughout the artistic world for years to come. And some are even feeling those shockwaves now to life-changing results.
I had dreams. I had aspirations. That advert changed my life.
I'd say that advert changed my life.
The advert changed my life.
It changed my life forever.
It changed my life.
No,
God is dead. This is all a lie. We're in the Matrix.
It's not going in. Say it changed my life.
It really changed my life.
Thank you.
At the same time. 3, 2, 1.
it changed my life.
The advert changed my life. And it was great.
It's changed my life.
Thank you.
Can I get paid now?